Okay, so it has now been just about 24 hours later since I've been using both the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about the Galaxy Z Fold 8. Okay, now let me start off by saying this. This device has been so fun to use. I mean, it's kind of addicting and kind of hard to just put down and not use. And I know technically this is like the whole honeymoon phase right now, and it's probably gonna wear off after a while, but I don't care. All I know is that right now, this has been such a fun device to use over these past 24 hours. And I know a whole lot of it has to do with just the whole new form factor right here. I mean, it's something new, it's something fun, it's something that we've never seen in a foldable device before. I mean, it's shorter and wider on this outer display, but makes it super fun. And the same thing with this inside display. It's shorter, but it is wider. And I will say that I have been enjoying watching content more on this, inner display, because even if you fit the content to fit the screen, this inner screen, it doesn't zoom in too much like what we, get with the Z Fold 8 Ultra right here, because this one has more of a squarish shape to it when it is opened up. Or if you don't, fit it to the screen on that device, you're getting huge black bars on the top and the bottom. Whereas to the Z Fold 8 right here, it's just going to be, minimal on the top and the bottom. So watching content on here has been great. And even social media, I mean, if you're turning it this way, the social media looks great as well. But overall, I mean, it's been such a fun device to use. And I do notice that I am using this outer display just a whole lot more than, than I thought it would. And again, I don't know if just because it seems more fun, just because it's a newer, smaller display, but it's wider and it feels really good in the hands as well. And it's easy just to use, one-handed. And and it looks great as well. It is a beautiful display. I mean, if you look at the colors on this thing, the colors really pop, they get vibrant. It's a nice, sharp display, nice and smooth as well. I mean, performance on this outer display is great. Of course, this is powered by the Snapdragon, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor, and it has this thing running like a beast so far. I mean, just, within these past 24 hours that I've been using it, I have noticed that this thing is super snappy, super buttery smooth, and not just with this outside display, but with the inside display as well. Again, a super buttery smooth experience, nice and snappy. It's nice just scrolling around the device, whether I'm just, going home screen to home screen or scrolling through social media, whatever it is I'm doing. I mean, it has been a super smooth experience over these past 24 hours. But again, I cannot get over how great this device looks, just, the whole new form factor. But of course, I know some people might be a little bit iffy about this and dropping it or possibly damaging it, because looking at it, it does look like it could be a bit fragile. I mean, you obviously do not want to drop it face down or anything like that, but then there's people who might just want to throw, something slim on this device and not bulk it up too much, because it is a super slim phone, as you can see here, and it is the lightest foldable right now as well. And with how slim this is, that's what makes it feel so good in the hand. That's what makes it feel so good in the pocket. I have no problem with this phone in my pocket over these past 24 hours. I mean, it feels great. I don't feel like I have a big brick in my pocket. But if you do want to add some protection to your Galaxy Z Fold 8, if you do happen to pick one of these up for yourself, then you got to check out some cases from our sponsors of this portion of the video, Banks. Now, Banks has this Armor Grand combo right now, which is going to give you protection for the front of your device. It's going to give you protection for the back of your device, and it also comes with a screen protector as well. So you are getting full coverage for your Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. And they have their case that is very slim. It's not going to add any bulk to your Galaxy Z Fold 8. It's going to keep it nice and slim, but keep it nice and stylish. I mean, it looks great. It's got a nice texture and design in the back, and that paired with the screen protector, it's still going to give you some good protection from light falls and scratches, and it's not going to add too much bulk to your Galaxy Z Fold 8. But if you want something just a little bit more protective, but still keeping it nice and slim, then you go for their Pro Full Coverage model, which is going to give you just a little bit more thickness, a little bit better drop protection. It's going to give you coverage over those buttons, but it's going to keep that same beautiful style, that same great texture in the back. It's still going to feel great in the hands. Both of these cases do support MagSafe wireless accessories. They support wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. They got that Hinge protection on there. So if you're looking for something that's going to give your Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 some good, decent protection, give it full coverage all the way around, and give you everything that that you need in one box, then I'll make sure to drop a link down in the description below to these models right here of cases, so you can check one out for yourself. Get yourself a combo and make sure you got your Galaxy Z Fold 8 protected. Again, huge thanks to Banks for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, one thing that I did notice about the Z Fold 8 right here when using it while it is open is that crease in the middle. Now, yes, there is a small crease there, but Samsung has definitely improved the crease with this device right here. You can hardly feel it. I mean, if you're paying super close attention when you're running your finger across, yeah, you can kind of feel it. It's going to be more up top where the top of the hinge is rather than in the middle, but you can kind of feel it barely, but I mean, like I said, it is barely there. And then when looking at it, yeah, when the display is off, you can see that, you know, crease a little more, but when you have the display on, you're looking straight at the screen, even at a bit of, you know, an angle, it is still hard to see that crease in the middle. Like I said, Samsung has really improved it there, which just makes it more enjoyable to use when you're using this inside display. It is great. And I really like the sensation that you get when closing it, and then when opening it, it kind of just, it snaps open and it stays flat. I know before in past Fold models, you know, after some time, you know, it kind of wouldn't go super flat anymore. It would kind of give just like a slight V shape. Well, with this one right here, because of that snap, it snaps it open flat every single time. And it is nice, it is satisfying, and it's nice that it stays open for me like that. I know that it's probably not for everyone, because I know some people like to have it, you know, open like this, which it will stay open like this, but with a little movement, it will just kind of, you know, snap open like that. But for me personally, I do like that. Now, this fingerprint sensor on the power button has been working great as well. It works every single time. I have no problem with that at all. It was easy to set up, and it keeps your phone nice and secure so nobody else can get into it. Of course, there is facial recognition. I personally don't use it. I love using the fingerprint sensor. And I think the fingerprint sensor on the volume rockers are at a perfect spot. Over these past 24 hours, I haven't noticed myself having any trouble with that. And you know, I don't have the biggest hands either. So for me, I actually find this perfect. That's why I say it is in the perfect spot. Now, I have been taking tons of photos and videos with this device right here in both the daytime, the night times, took some pictures of food, took some indoor shots. So I'll go and just let it all play out for you guys. And then you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. this is just a quick microphone test. I am currently recording with the rear facing cameras. I do have the phone open so I can see myself on that outer display, so that is a nice feature there. But what do you guys think? I am also using the ultra wide angle camera to record myself so you guys can see this beautiful view that I have right here. But testing 1 2 3, this is me outside. I'll go ahead and walk inside of the room real quick so we can see how this switches up. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. What do you guys think about the overall microphone quality? So as you can see, over these past 24 hours, I have taken tons of photos and some videos with this device. I actually just got back from doing a whole, photo immersion experience with Samsung. So I was able to go out, take lots of photos as well. And me personally, I think, yeah, the cameras probably aren't the best. I mean, they're probably not Galaxy S26 Ultra level, but they still get the job done. I mean, as you saw, I was able to get some pretty good shots with a lot of the photos that I did take. Yeah, not every single time, it's not going to be perfect. But one thing that I wish that this phone had was a telephoto lens. Now, I used to be the opposite. I used to like that main wide lens and an ultra wide angle lens if I was only getting a choice of 2 lenses. But now it's like I kind of flip things, and now I want a telephoto lens rather than an ultra wide. I don't know, for me personally, I just have more fun with the telephoto lens, especially if there's something at a distance that you want to take a good photo of. It's always nice to have that telephoto lens there. Unfortunately, with this, you don't get that. But I mean, for what it is, for what you do get with it, I've still been able to capture some pretty good shots. Now, I did notice that the camera on the inside is like an ultra wide camera, I'm assuming. I mean, it's definitely more wide than the selfie camera on the outside. And even, the photos with that are still really good. I'm glad they did not do that under display camera, because when they did that in the past, the photos just did not look good. So I'm glad they kept it the way they were getting that punch hole selfie, camera cutout on that inside display. And again, I think pictures are great. Now, it's a little too early to talk about battery life because, like I said, it's only been like 24 hours, but within these past 24 hours so far, I mean, I guess I would say battery seems like it's going to be pretty good. And, it might be because this device is, smaller in a way compared to, previous Galaxy Z Fold devices. But right now I am currently at 61% battery life there. Not sure if you can see it there on camera. I did take this phone off of the charger, I would say maybe around 8:30 this morning, if I'm not mistaken. It is now 2:23 p.m. So we got 61% battery life left. I'm gonna continue using it today and see, just how good it goes. Of course, as time goes on, I'm going to continue using this device. It's going to learn my usage patterns and all that good stuff that it's supposed to do. And then once it does all that, then I'll do my all-day battery drain test where, I show you guys all my usage throughout the day, screen on time and all that good stuff. My screen on time right now, I would say shows that my screen on time is 2 hours and 29 minutes for the day. But a lot of that usage has been just straight taking photos and 4K video. So I would say that battery life is actually doing pretty good. Now, one thing that I did notice about this inside display using it is that when I want to pull down, or that pull down bar, if I pull down on the right side, it comes down on the right side. If I pull down on the left side, it comes down on the left side. If I pull down in the middle, it comes down in the middle. And I thought that was pretty cool. At first, I was kind of like, wait, why is it coming down over here and over here? But I find that to be useful because if I'm holding it like this, then with if I'm using my left hand, then I can control it with my left hand. If I'm using my right hand, then I can control it with my right hand. Or if I have one hand open, I just pull it down, then I can control it in the center. So I think it's pretty cool that they put that little feature in there. So it's not just a big one. You don't have to reach all the way across with your other hand or whatever it is you may have to do. It's nice that they just, gave us one on one side or the other, depending on, what hand you pull it down with. Now, aside from taking lots of photos and all that other good stuff, I think I talked about this a little earlier, but watching content on this inside display has been great. I've watched a few YouTube videos. I've watched something on Disney Plus to see what that looked like. I watched something on Netflix to see what that looked like. And watching content on this display is great, especially with how bright it gets. I mean, this display gets super bright. I don't have the brightness turned all the way up. I'm not sure if it's gonna get overblown on camera or not, but it is a super bright display, and it's actually pretty easy to use outdoors. And I did use this outdoors a lot today. I mean, when we're out there in the sun with both the inside display and the outside display as well. Even the outside display gets nice and bright. So when it comes to using it outside in direct sunlight, I mean, you're gonna have no problem seeing what you are doing on this phone if you have a lot of bright lights, you know, around you. And then of course we do have that, you know, anti-reflective display on the inside, and it does do a pretty good job with that. I notice when I have the brightness, you know, a little bit more down, if I don't have it as bright, yeah, you are able to see some reflections, but once I turn that brightness up, that paired with the anti-reflectiveness or the anti-glare, whatever they call it, it does do a good job at blocking out, you know, some of those reflections, making it easier to see this inside display. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? It's only been 24 hours with this device. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what my experience has been like so far. And I have been loving it. It has been such a great, fun device to use. I mean, if you're thinking about picking up one of these devices, I'll have a link in the description below or the pinned comment. But yeah, I can definitely recommend this device. I'm sure anybody that gets this device is going to have a lot of fun with it. Definitely something fun, something new. It does feel kind of weird if you're on a phone call, because it almost feels like if the I guess the microphone is not close enough to your mouth, and you're kind of wondering, okay, can whoever I'm talking to hear me good enough? Can they hear me clear enough? So it's kind of weird if you're holding it up to your face to talk on the phone. What do you guys think? But overall, I am loving this phone. Like I said, super addictive. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. If you're planning on picking one up, or if you did pick one up, let me know. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thanks for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.